Every single one static, every single day, all I hear is
10,
static.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Decoding the Static. I am your co-host, X, the man right here, the myth, the man, the legend, Nate the Great.
What's good?
What's good, big dog?
Man, it's good to be back, bro. It's good to be back cooking in the kitchen with you, bro. What's
Yes,
good,
it
X?
Man, it's been good, man. Everything's everything. Been busy with work, family. Everything's been going great. How about yourself?
Same here, man. Your boy started new work. It's going pretty well.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man. So just getting back on the horse and just honestly just getting back to where I was. But things are good, man. Things are good. Can't complain. And just gotta continue putting in work, work-life balance and trying to make time for everything, even the show. So
Right. I know that's right.
So it's good to be back. It's been a minute. So apologies to the fans, but we ain't going nowhere, man. So sorry about the scare, but we here still.
Yeah, we still hear it. Hey, so as you can see, episode 9, getting to know Decoding the Static. You want to kind of tell the people out there, what we got going on for today?
Man, so hey, I mean, y'all been seeing us for a minute, and y'all been hearing us talk about a lot of different subjects, but a lot of people are asking, like, who are they though? Who's Xavier? Who's Nathan? Who are these guys? Yeah. So we figured it'd be a cool idea for us to, answer some questions about ourselves, and so that way you kind of get to know us a little bit better. And yeah, man, just have some friendly, organic conversation between the two of us. And yeah, man, I look forward to it, man. Look forward to learning more about, my co-host X here, and we're gonna ask each other some questions. Ain't gonna Larry King live nobody, but we're gonna keep it good. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight.
All right. So what was it? Was it 5 questions, 10 questions?
I think we both had like 10 apiece, but
10 apiece. Okay. All right. Cool. So we do this one person starts off, the other person start off. Now, the only way I can think of doing this is, let's keep it professional and we leave it to rock, paper, scissors.
Absolutely. There's no other way to start this kind.
Okay. So are we rock, paper, scissors, shoot? Or we rock, paper, scissors? Well, I guess it's the same thing. All right. So you ready? And none of that lagging, because last time, we tried something like this. Because Nate trying to act like his camera be, moving slow and stuff. And never mind. I don't even know why I brought that up. But is it one time or the best of 3?
Yeah, the one time.
One time for the one time. All right, here we go.
The last time you tried to get me to talk about some. Yeah.
Nate, my finger was cramping, man. Remember I told you my finger was cramping. I couldn't do the scissors or the paper. So don't worry about it. All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. You see how I already had mine and did? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna be a man about it and go ahead and go. So
all right.
I'll let you go. You ask your question first.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
And remember, we don't know what the other person's asking. So here we go.
All right. So let's start with all right, let's start with something light.
Okay.
If you could be like any superhero or villain, who would it be?
Any superhero or villain. Dang. I almost wish you would have gave me a choice of, not gave me a choice, but told me which one I had to be, villain or superhero. But my favorite villain is the Joker.
Okay.
Superhero wise,
You strike me as a
that's so
Batman
hard.
guy.
Huh?
You strike me as a Batman kind of guy.
Batman is my favorite. Like if I had to be one, it would probably be Batman. As you can see, I like Batman and I like Joker.
Polar opposites.
Yeah, they're polar opposites. They need each other. You know, I understand why Batman can't just kill Joker to just put some peace, and just but yeah, I would say Joker. Joker has always been fascinating to me. If you realize everybody who's played the Joker has won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Just about everybody who has played him because his character is so complex.
Very highly intelligent too.
He's very, very intelligent.
I think that I think a lot of cartoons don't do it justice. They make it seem like he's just like some madman laughing all the time, but he's really intelligent and calculated. Like he's not, you know what I mean? Like just if you look at the start of Dark Knight,
yeah.
Like when he was robbing and he was like, hey, what are we supposed to do? He was like, did he get rid of the driver? He's like, what driver? And then he was like, poof, and the shot him.
Man,
oh, dang.
One of my favorite moments. He's like, no. I killed the bus driver. The bus driver. And then he's moving side to side, like trying to get out of the way of the bus. And then boom. You know what I mean? So, damn, you know, maybe you have to watch that movie tomorrow. But yeah, I love Dark Knight.
So genius.
Yeah. So I would say favorite villain, Joker.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think for me, and I'm gonna keep it short. It's either gonna be, I don't know. So there's three people that I honestly, okay. I think there's a couple that I resonate with. So I have like a handful that I resonate with, which is crazy. Blade's my favorite hero, right?
Okay.
Right. But check this out. All the people who I like, they're all like kind of anti-heroes or something like that.
Usually that's the way it goes.
Right. On the villain list, it's Magneto.
Okay.
Magneto.
Next man.
We're crossing over to DC. It's Mr. Freeze. You know what it was, man? Because Mr. Freeze has a heart, man. He wasn't truly evil. He had a heart. That man was just trying to get his wife well. That's all he was trying to do.
I remember the movie, but
he was just trying to get her some aspirin. And everybody was a long time.
Some aspirin. I know it wasn't the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of it.
I like the story, not the character, if that makes sense.
Okay, I got you.
I love the fact that
the story, not how it was betrayed.
My favorite part is at the end when he goes, doctor, he was like, a good friend of mine is dying with McGregor syndrome or whatever, and it's the same that your wife has. And he was like, you once made a vow to help people and heal people. And he was like, I'm asking you, doctor. He was like, help me. And, you know, he like sat there on the ground and he like opened his little compartment and he was like, tell him to take 2 of these and call me in the morning. It's like, but
never thought Mr. Freeze.
In that moment, though, like, it's okay, forget the characters, but storyline aside,
yeah,
you're like, this guy isn't bad. He's just, this whole thing is just about him, because the backstory is he was a scientist and they pulled the funding for him to find a cure for his wife. And then he was like, oh, really? So that's what y'all, okay, bet. And then that's what made him go AWOL. You know, he went John Key on everybody. So, yeah. I mean, that's why I kind of like him a little bit. But I'll say this. The other 2 persons I'll say is Iron Man. little Iron Man in me. And the person I think I resonate with the most growing up was Hulk, only because it was one of those things where when I used to get angry, I used to feel like I could just run through walls and just be unstoppable, kind of, but I wasn't. And it always, for some reason, there was always one person that could just calm me down, like legit had that power over me to like say, hey, it's gonna be okay. And when I met my wife, she was like that person. So it's funny, like I wanted to put a montage on her wedding cake of the picture where you see Hulk stretching his hand out towards Black Widow.
Yeah.
And she's trying to calm him down. And like you can tell that she has that power over him.
Yep.
Like that was what I wanted kind of to be out there. As like a symbol kind of to show us, like when somebody asks like a parody about us, but we never did it, we just decided to keep it, because she's not a Marvel head. I'm kind of a nerd, as obviously. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to pinpoint also, but definitely I would say Blade. And if I'm gonna go villain, I'm going Magneto. Magneto is for some reason I've always liked that. So
okay. And I mean, I was gonna say most villains or anti-heroes, if you will, they usually have a reason why they're doing what they're doing. It's just their methods are not.
Except Joker.
Yeah, their methods are just way out there.
Yeah,
Joker. I mean, Joker don't have a reason to do what he's been doing. But he's the Joker. It is what it is. But most villains, especially like Spider-Man villains, they are, they were hurt in some kind of way or something happened. All right, so I guess I'll go.
Hold on. When I said Mr. Freeze, this dude pulled his head back like Drake.
I mean, nobody on the panel was thinking Mr. Freeze out of all the villains you could have named. I looked so confused because I was like, I've never heard nobody say my favorite villain.
The look at you, like, Drake.
Yeah, I'm like, you could have said Jafar, and I would have been like, cool. You could have said Scar, and I would have been like, cool, over Mr. Freeze. But that's your pick.
Okay.
That's your pick.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
Oh man, that was great. All right, your turn, man.
Let me see. I want to keep it light because you kept it light before we get real into it. Has there ever been a moment when you were eating out and you had service so bad that you didn't want to tip, and knowing the stigma around Black people not tipping or not tipping well, what is your thoughts about that?
Ooh, man. So there was one time I went out and the service was horrible. And I'm just like, man, I ain't finna tip. And I'm like, dang, but I know what they gonna say. Like, so I had put the tip there. And I had put the tip there and I was like, nah, let's go ahead and do the right thing. I'm the one who was at the table like, nah, let's do the right thing. Let's not do that. We don't want nobody calling us out. And then I forgot what happened. Something happened, or I had asked a question and the person got short with me. And I just went. So I said, she walked away. I said, man, give me that daggone money from the table. Like, took it right back off. I was like, nah.
You took the tip money?
I said, now you ain't getting nothing. I said, bump that.
You took the tip money, man.
Hey, I sure enough did.
Nathaniel, you took the tip money, Nathaniel.
It was about to pay for the bill, so she ain't grabbed it yet. So I was like, but the tip was in there, and we were just gonna tell her, hey,
oh, you just gonna give her the whole thing.
Yeah. And I was like, nah, now you're gonna get exact.
What is that? What is it about like when you give them some, let's say the amount is $15 for the check, $15. You give them a 20, and your situation happened, and you don't want to give a tip, and then they try to like assume that you're giving them the whole 20, but you gotta say, "Can I get my change back, please?"
Hey, and put that 10 and that 5 down and said,
"That's an uncomfortable transaction." You'd be like, "Yeah, I need that $5 back."
nah. I was like, yeah, that would have been messed up.
I'm gonna need you to run me that $5 back.
Yeah, remember that $5 again? Can you run that back to me real quick?
Yeah. I was sitting with this ice for a while.
Like, or like, oh, I need change. I'm sorry. I need change for that. She, oh, no problem. Give you the $5, and you say, hold on, here. You give like 2 pennies and like you walk away. That's messed up.
Yeah, that's cold blooded when you ask for change and then you give them $2 out the 5. You don't even need to be eating at that point.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro. But the one I always like to tip wherever we go, regardless. But I'll tell you one thing. The tip thing, I'll lower it in half. That was a one-time thing. I normally, if they give crappy service, I'll give decent. I'll keep it like I'm gonna give you the bottom of the barrel, but I'm gonna give you what the percentage is supposed to be. Because I get it. They work. Everybody has bad days, but I'm gonna ask you for the receipt. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna leave a survey, and I'm gonna tank that survey. Just,
that's gonna hit them even harder.
Yeah, that hits harder. When you do the survey tanks, that's when you get a call back the next day. Hey, we noticed that you did a survey. You were in our store yesterday, and can I ask you what happened? That's how you get their attention. That's how you really like affect people. So I just, I was like, all right, cool, I'll give you the tip. But like, yeah, I got the receipt, and it says survey right here.
Yeah,
so we're gonna take care of that. So
yeah, because people look right at the reviews.
I don't play that.
Dang. I mean, some people say, you get bad service, and some people say you don't have to tip, but I still tip.
You still tip?
Yeah, I still tip anyway. I look at the blessing is in the giving, not in, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like you said, they might have a bad day. You never know what they might be going through. It is what it is. That ain't my business. I like to overtip when I can. I like to bless people when I can. So, if you're going above and beyond and stuff like that, boom, I'm a double or nothing on it. You know what I mean? So,
100%.
But I don't like how people say, depending on what the bill is, the tip should be according to the bill. I always felt that the tip should be according to the service. So, case in point is, if I'm out at let's say like a regular restaurant, like an Olive Garden or something like that, Cheesecake Factory, and it's about $150. Does that mean I have to give 20% because it was so high, or am I giving because of the service? And that was one of the things I always wondered, because I'm like, all right, well, what if I'm just going to something that between me and my wife, it was like $50? Does that mean I'm giving something that's 20% of 50 now? Or am I giving because of the service? You know what I mean? So it's like people seem to say, well, if the bill is super, super high, you need to give 20% of that bill. I'm like, well, God, dog, then I'm gonna be giving $100 if the bill is, let's say, $300. You know what I mean? So, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm not gonna give you a whole $100 bill just because the bill got that high. I'll give you $25 because it was great service. You know what I mean? Because I want that same type of energy when we're at Cracker Barrel. And I shoot you a 10 because we only spent 30 or 40 or 50.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I feel you. I'm there with you. Definitely me and wifey. It's something that we try to do is definitely take care of people based on the service. But, I've been to a couple restaurants down here where they don't even need the option. They just say, hey, look, it's already in the bill. So You got
Oh
no
yeah, you in Florida? Yeah, I've been to Florida,
Oh,
especially
okay.
Miami. Yeah, y'all prices are ridiculous. I think I had a drink of water for $50. I said, yeah, we got to go.
Well, dang, where'd you go? Disney?
Nah, this was just on South Beach.
Makes
We
sense.
got two drinks, like drinks. It had to be about $75.
Oh, Jesus.
I ain't eat nothing. I was
Oh,
like,
took me out back in
yeah,
the day. Oh, there go vacation. There go the money.
I was like, nah, I'm cool. I got to pay for my room. We out here drinking the room money.
Yeah, man, that's wild, bro.
Florida crazy with that gratuity.
Yeah, I can say that. So yeah, so when you asked me about you darn right. I'm gonna take it back all the table if I get bad service because you know what I mean, like nah. Hey, and it's crazy. Hey, man, and not only that too. There's a lot of places like you'll go to the bar and order and leave. I just want to get it to go.
Yeah,
Still talking about something. Now they slick. Now a lot of places are slick because on the machine they hand it to you and say, "Oh, you got to answer this question." And it shows you the amount you want to tip, and then it says other at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you feel like you're forced to hit one of the buttons, but nah, I just hit other and I just hit like one or two or whatever because I'm like, look, this is a to go. I came to pick this up. Like who at this point, who am I tipping? Am I tipping the person who cooked the meal?
Oh, I'm not tipping. I'm sorry, Lord. I'm not tipping no takeout. I'm sorry. I'm not tipping takeout. I'm not tipping the cook. That's your job. You ain't do nothing extra but cook the food like you supposed to and bag it. That's it. You ain't wait no table. You ain't fill no cup up. You ain't did nothing extra.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you,
Tipped
bro.
on takeout.
It's crazy. I was like, nope. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and put this dollar because I can't put anything. And I was like, y'all slick. I was forcing to putting them out in there.
No, we good. We good.
Like, nah, man. To tip the chick who's been on her phone the whole time, waiting, then she just waited and got our order and just came broad to us and said, "Thank you, have a great night," and went right back to her phone. Nah, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this dollar right
That's
now.
a whole other conversation right there when it comes to cell phones that when people working, but say that for another day.
Yeah, for real. All right. So I guess it's my go. So let's go ahead.
All right.
That was a semi level one. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You say you were keeping it. I'm gonna wait till you stop, until you drink your water. I want you spitting it out, but you said you were keeping it light, and this man came with the. So how do you feel about tipping?
Like, I thought that was light. I thought that was light. That was, because I mean, we about to get dog, real dog.
Nah, you good, man. Let me see here. All right, since we turned 8, let me go ahead and do this.
It's time to get in the kitchen.
All right. So, what is a dream that you are still pursuing to this very day?
A dream that I'm still pursuing to this very day. Simple and plain, financial freedom. Simple and plain, financial freedom. And what that looks like to me, the ultimate goal is to be able to live life abundantly, live life like it's my last. I want to be able to, if I want to go on a vacation, just go. If I want to buy a certain item, and I'm talking about like realistic, I ain't saying I'm about to go get a Lambo or nothing crazy, a plane or something, but I just want the simple things. Yeah. I just want to be able to have money to just go on a little trip here and there. I just want to be able to, buy things for the kids or show them, like expose them to certain things. I just want to enjoy life. The older you get, you realize that we're on borrowed time and that life is very, very short. I'm sure you probably saw the guy, Eric, is it Eric Dane, who passed away for ALS. He used to play on Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, yeah.
And he was 53 years old, same age as my mom. And you realize how short life is. 53, that's the next decade for me in a couple, like in a what, next 15 years or whatever like that. But that's like, that'll be here in no time. So I just think about like how young people are and how people aren't living. There's a difference between living and just breathing. And there are people who can go a lifetime and never lived. You know what I mean? Like I have mother-in-law who don't really know what it means to go outside this country and like live, go see the world, not just see it on TV, but go out there and see it with your own eyes. You know what I mean? There's a lot that this world has to offer, and I want to make sure that I get to see most of it before I go. And the older you get and having children and stuff like that, and just kind of seeing the way the world has, turned. Because I think I told somebody yesterday, I was like, this is not the world that I grew up loving. You know what I mean? And my perspective on a lot of things are different nowadays. So now I'm just like, I just want to live.
Yeah, amen to that. And I agree. It's definitely is one of the things where you just want. It goes back to that word being content that we talked about, weeks ago or months ago. You just reach a point where you just want to be content, and just like how me and you talked about on the phone the other day about Big E.
Yeah,
he retired, and I was just like, man, it has to be something crazy, like, because he got injured in his prime, actually after he just won the title, you know what I mean, and got injured, and stuff like that. And like, then he just says he walks away, everything's good, he's still able to walk, he's still able to have movements where other people have been paralyzed. He still can go to the gym, work out, and he just decided, like, hey man, you know what? It was a good run. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm content. I'm happy with where my life is, and I'm content with, how far I went in wrestling. And I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. Like, it has to be. I feel like that's a defining moment, and in a lot of ways, that's almost divine, because for you to sit back and say, you know what, it was a good run, but now I got a second chance at life. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
So,
facts.
I think being content is a big thing, and I think sometimes being content keeps us living longer, because we're not, spreading ourselves so thin. And when we spread ourselves so thin, what happens is that we're also cutting years off of our life. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So at some point we gotta realize that rest is important, and resting your mind, being content with the fact that, hey, listen, I don't have much, but I thank God for what he's given me. Facts. And I'm gonna make the best out of what he's given me. So, I think that's important.
Facts. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Sometimes you just gotta sit and be still. You know what I mean? Sit and be still, smell the roses, man. Because it took me a while to kind of come to that conclusion. I forget what age it is where people just kind of be like, you know what? There's nothing people can tell me that affect me anymore. Right. Because when you're young, everything affects you. When people pick on you at school, or they say things about you, or they complain about you, or have an opinion about you, everything affects you mentally. But you get to a certain age, man, where you have that, like, we go back to peace. You have that level of peace of, like, you know what? You can say whatever you want to say about me. I am okay. Because you are so focused, with what you got going on in your life. And that's where I'm at now, to where you really can't touch me mentally, so, but, all right. Well, let me see. The man got me. Okay. We went from cold to real hot. Just that fast.
That was a beautiful way to put it, man. So
I appreciate it. Well, let me flip it on to you. As a father, what has been the most profound lesson your child has taught you about patience, love, or even your own shortcomings?
excuse me. I think fatherhood definitely has taught me a next level of patience that I thought I had. I mean, a lot of people will tell you I'm one of the most patient person they know.
Yeah.
I think fatherhood tested that, and it taught me that I don't have as much patience as I thought I did. I mean, I do, but I could use some more, you know? And then honestly, just one of the things I observed recently is just basically like, hey, how can I be a good father to him? You know, I obviously don't know everything, but how can I, continue to lead him down the right path? How can I continue to help him as he grows? And it's just kind of just being aware that, hey, I have to guide this child. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to guide them in the direction where they need to go, and basically instill all the right habits in them, and that's where it starts, and I think that that's one of the most important things I've really seen. And like my prayer has always been to the Lord. It's like, hey, like give him all my strengths, none of my weaknesses, none of my shortcomings, I mean, obviously he's gonna have shortcomings, but I was like, I don't want him to relive any shortcomings that I had, definitely. And if I'm able to, I'll definitely when he's old enough, I can't wait to sit down and tell him half the stories or half the stuff I've been through, and tell him that so that way he can say, look, look, you told me, like you told me this, and I heard you, Pop. So I think that that's where I really want to get to. I just want to get to that level where we can have that conversation. I mean, obviously we got some years for that.
Yeah.
But if I can start guiding him now in the right direction, then I know it's going to pay off in the future. So yeah. So to answer the question, I know it's kind of long and detailed, if you will, but honestly, like I'm just learning as I go along, and they've taught me so much. And honestly, is just not letting them repeat the same mistakes I did.
Man. Well, look, you're in luck. I'm going to give you the game. Nate, I'm going to tell you the secret to being a perfect parent. You ready?
Let's go.
There is none. There is no secret to being a perfect parent. And, when you become a parent, your expectations are through the roof. And you think that, okay, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to do it like that. Being a parent ain't nothing but trial and god doggone error. That's it. We're all learning as we go, as being a parent. And the more kids you have, obviously, the better you get at it, or the longer you become a parent, the better you are at it. But that's why it's funny when people who don't have kids tell you what you're supposed to do with your child. And I'd be like, okay, here. Let me see what you were like after 2 years.
Yeah, everybody's got an opinion. It's like,
you have all the facts, all the knowledge, not one child, but you can tell me what to do with my child, and the funny thing about it, they don't understand how tiring being a parent is. After coming home from work, and then you have to go and be a parent, and you're a parent 24/7. Even when you're not in the presence of your child, you're still a parent, because you can get a phone call at any moment from a daycare or school about your child. It don't turn off. And even when they're out the house, you're still a parent, because they're going to still call the house when they leave, but yeah, I like that you said that. Yeah. Being a parent is a very, very big responsibility. Is there one thing, because we have this responsibility that when we gain knowledge or experience, we're supposed to share it with the next generation. We're supposed to share it with their child. Is there anything that you've learned in the last 2 years as being a father that you would love to share with your little man when he gets older?
Oh man, God is everything. God is everything, and staying close to Him, to hear His voice, to help guide you where you need to go.
Yeah.
That is everything in life, and that my mission as a father is going to be to instill that in their brain, and to where they know that. And if they know that, then I know I'm going to be good, because I've already planted the seed, you know.
Yeah.
And I know that eventually it will be watered, and it will grow, and it will spring and bear fruit. And that's what I think is so awesome, that, you know, a lot of times I think that's what's awesome about raising a child from when they're young. You have the opportunity to kind of help shape them in a direction to where they listen to you and
Yeah.
form that relationship. Like, sometimes it's weird seeing these kids out here who don't listen to their parents, and they don't, they kind of just, they're young, and they kind of just do whatever they want to do. And it's like, man, you didn't instill that early. You didn't
Right.
put it in there early that, hey, nah, that's not what we doing. You doing it my way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's something that I think, me personally, I think that I've looked at, and I'm like, yo, that's the most important thing right there.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
He's like, okay, all right.
No, I'm listening. I didn't want to, because I think I accidentally asked you 2 questions. So I was like, well, I didn't want to ask I asked a follow-up question. I was like, well, I didn't want to get into it. It did all of a sudden I asked him something else.
Nah, you good, man.
So that was just me just listening. Like, okay, I got you.
Nah, I just want to make sure I answered it good, because I'm just like, man, okay. All right, so that's definitely a good topic. So that was a good question.
I appreciate it.
I guess while we're on the subject, man, how has God changed your life?
Whew. Man. He showed me that he's present. He showed me that he hasn't given up on me. Faith was tested, once upon a time, faith was tested, and he's been amazing. You know what I mean? In my life, or my kids' life, he's always shown up in the nick of time, like he always does. When you worry about, okay, how are we gonna make this? How are we gonna make this happen? He's there. He's always there. And it's almost kind of like he'll tell you, like, all right, you want to be hard-headed, you know what I mean? And yeah, you know what I mean? You want to do it your way. You want to lean on your own understanding. You know what I mean? You don't want to trust me. You thinking you got it all figured out. And then you go over there and you bump your head. And then when you trust him, you're like, oh, that was easy. And he just kind of sitting there like
I told you.
I tried to make this simple for you, but you want to take the scenic route. So it's me having to trust him and know that everything is going to be all right, which that's called faith, and making sure that I know, okay. So it's like me getting back to the basics and praying more, or talking to him more, building that relationship more with him, all of the above. But he has been an instrumental piece in my life from the time I was born until now, and I give him all the praise, all the glory. You know what I mean?
Amen. I can definitely attest to that too. And there's so many things that have happened in my life where I was just like, man, you know what? This is God right here. This ain't no
Mm-hmm.
God. And I take a step back and I'm like, thank you, Lord. Just teach me to be just in every situation, just look to you and two things: be thankful and to be watchful about what you're gonna do next. You know.
Yeah. Facts.
So yeah, I like that, man. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there was some times where I'd be like, man, I don't know how this is going. And then boom, it happens. You'd be like, I didn't even think that option was possible. And that's what you call supernatural. You know what I mean?
It has to be. Yep. Cause
So,
yeah, man, because he gonna work, man. God's gonna work. He always gonna work. That's his promise to his children, man. He's gonna work. You know, when we call on him, he gonna answer.
like they say in mysterious ways, for sure.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ashton. Has there ever been a time where your work ethic has been questioned due to your ethnicity in the workplace?
Yes.
How did it make you feel?
Ooh. It wasn't not a good feeling.
Nate, you are lazy. And I kind of figured that because you're black.
Man.
Does that strike a nerve? Does that press a button? Like, what goes to your mind when someone implies that?
Well, for one, immediately I'm gonna I'm gonna make them eat those words.
Yeah.
Growing up, that's the way I've always been. You challenge my integrity, you challenge my ethic, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna make you eat those words one day. And now you've given me octane, you give me fuel to work harder than ever, to prove that I'm not.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, well, you don't need to prove nothing to them. You just got to prove it to yourself, and that's it." And it's like, well, I know who I am already within myself, so I know I can do it. That's not going to change. I believe in myself, but clearly, this person, I need to make them eat their words. I need to make them really eat what they're saying. Like, okay, like we'll say, and this is so. I'll give
This
you.
is for self-satisfaction.
I'm gonna give you. Well, I'm gonna give you a scenario.
All
I'm
right.
gonna give you a scenario. So I worked sales department some years ago, and I worked there for 10 years. So my manager, it was during the holiday season. Manager calls me up, yo, Nate. We got a couple looking at a sofa. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at a patio furniture. So I said, okay, cool. And he was like, they're looking to buy. So when they come in, you need to find them. And I was like, all right, I'm on it. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, this is easy money right here. Just got to go introduce myself and just, just answer whatever questions they got. And
Yeah.
that's it. Okay. So my manager hits me up, hey man, they're here in the building, they're here now. Looks like it's like an older couple. They're sitting down next to the escalators. Just go over there, go give them your card, and just let them know that you're busy right now, but you'll be with them. They're not in a rush. I said, all right, bet I'll do that. So I walked over there. Hey, do you guys need any help? My name is Nate. I'm, sales associate here. I can be more than happy to help you. Oh no, we're okay. We're okay, sir. And I said, are you sure? Because I was told no, we're okay, sir. We're okay. So I said, all right, okay. I was like, all right, no problem. If you need anything, just let me know.
Right.
I didn't give them one of my cards. I just left. And I'm just the whole time like, man, something don't seem right about that. Like, what is going on? So one of my friends that passed me, and I said, hey, do me a favor real quick. I was like, there's a couple over near the escalator who were looking at patio furniture. And I first I took a card out of my pocket and gave him it. And I said, I need you to walk up to them and say, hey, look, if you guys need any questions, take my card, give it to me. So he did. That's what he did. He went there, and when he offered them the card, they were like, "Oh, we're not looking to buy right now, but we will be." Like, it was something like basically the person was like, "Okay, you like basically what they said to him was like, "Oh, we're glad we got the right person now."
Wow.
And I'm just like, so when he came back to me, I'm like, so what'd they say? Did you give them my card? And he was like, yeah, I did. And he was like, what did they say? And they were like, she was like, oh, wow, thank you. I'm glad I got the right person now. That mess hurt me to the core because I'm just like, so she really played stupid. Like she didn't know who I was, all because of
Jeez.
the way I look. And mind you, I'm not dressing crazy at my work, but I'm trying to be professional. I got a polo on, my khakis. You know what I mean? Like I'm there, and I'm bringing up other people too. I'm running around the whole store and doing everything, bro. That thing kind of hurt me because it was just like, dang. And everybody, my manager was like, well, maybe they meant this, maybe they meant that. And I'm like, nah, bro. Like I gave him my card to give them. And they said, oh, we're glad we got the right person now.
Wow. That's tough.
Really, really. And I was just like, I can't believe that happened. And so to answer your question, it hurt a lot. And I was just like, okay, I'm a the funny thing about it is the guy who gave them the car was a trainee and I was his mentor. So
Wow.
to me, I was just like, hey, that's cool because when they need help, guess who the trainee's gonna come ask for help, and
To the
guess who's
trainer.
gonna walk up? Guess who's gonna walk up to the computer and help them?
You.
The same person they didn't want.
Same
So
person. Wow, that's
they're
crazy.
gonna keep their words because he's not
Wow.
gonna know much about the product, but that's where I'm gonna go there and say, oh, this and that, da da da, da, and just look them
Yeah.
straight in the eyes and just be cool, smiling, and hey, thank you for shopping with us, and let them, as the Bible says, just keep kindness and keep being polite to them because in doing so, you, you'll heap coals of fire on their head.
Mm.
So that's it. I just
Jeez.
I'm always going to treat them with respect and kindness
Right.
and love. And at the end of the day, like that's between them and their conscience whether they want to keep doing it or not.
That's tough. The fact that there's still people out there like that.
Trying to tell you, bro. So yeah, man, it was not a good thing.
It is what it is, man. Oh, I accidentally asked two.
It's all good.
But yeah, so it was a young lady or a lady who put my credentials in question at work and basically kind of like said that, oh, I was lazy, and she was insinuating that all black people are lazy, and they were so it was a part where I had to kind of prove to her and prove to myself that we aren't lazy. Not just me, but all black people are not lazy the way you deem us to be. Now, she's the older lady, so she grew up in a different time and things of that nature. But still, right from wrong. You know how to speak to people, how to carry yourself and conduct yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just found it highly offensive that she would even come at me like that. But so now I'm making sure that I over deliver, overachieve, and do all these things. And it's like, why are we doing that when nobody else has to do that? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's is the thing. And I think that's what hurt me a lot, even being a sales associate at that position where I was because I felt like I had to overwork. And that was one underlining issue I had to deal with because I was at one point, I was the only black sales associate guy.
mm,
So I felt like I had to work harder because everybody had their people in their bag. And for me, I had to work extra hard and kind of like prove myself. I had to study up on the knowledge of the products and what I mean, I had to be more knowledgeable. I mean, bro, I had to pull out like an Oscar winning performance just to really, you know what I'm saying, like get people to say, okay, I want to work with you, you know.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I didn't, and it got to a point where they used to really just get on me. And I used to get so heated, bro. I used to get so heated, bro, and just cuss them out, like, and walk away. And, you know, I got to a point where one day I was like, you know what? I ain't letting this bother them. I'm gonna start showing them. And it wasn't until there was and then on top of that, the manager that I have, you know, one day he came up to me and he was like, what am I gonna do with you, bro? He was like, you're the worst person in the store. What am I gonna do?
Jeez.
He's like, what am I gonna do with you?
That's tough.
And I just sat there and like just looked at him like, I don't know, man. And he was like, I should fire you.
Well, he was just blunt with it.
He was like, you got to find a way to make this work, man. You got to get your numbers up. You're the only one. You're the worst person in the store. And I was like, I don't believe that, but okay. And
you think he was trying to light a fire under you, or you just being an asshole, basically?
Nah, yeah, that one.
God,
I just was like, I left out the office and I'm like, all right. So when he left and another guy came and he did his interview, like he did his kind of like one-on-one with me, and he was like, you know, it's a clean slate between me and you. And I was like, yeah. I was like, listen, man, I know my stats and all that. I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna tell you all this stuff. And I was like, but it is what it is. Like, I'm here to work and that's it. And he was like, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. He's like, Nate, I'm not looking at anything in your past. I'm not looking at anything like that. It's a clean slate. As far as I'm concerned, me and you are a clean slate. He was like, I'm gonna treat you with respect. I'm gonna let you know what I mean, like I'm gonna look to you. He was like, when I look at you, I see somebody who's a leader in this department. I see somebody who can really who hasn't just been utilized right.
Yeah.
And when I say I went from the bottom ranking to the top ranked in the store, getting awards, all this kind of stuff. And like, you know, people, they begin to make jokes. Oh, well, the only reason why is because your friends, they like you and da da da. And one day I'm like, nah, man, I worked hard for this, bro. I worked hard for this. Like, remember, I was at the bottom. Like, I was at the bottom where y'all were stomping me down every single day. Let me know you ain't worthless. You ain't never gonna be anything. Da da da. Like making a lot of jokes. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna prove these people wrong. Like, I'm gonna really prove them wrong. Like, y'all don't know who y'all mess with. And I had to do that. I had to. And when I came up and when I was, you know, that kind of guy who they were really looking at and stuff like that, it changed the difference because now I had a voice in this place where people now would listen to me when I had something to say. Because now I proved with all the awards and certificates, now I proved to them that, hey, you know, I'm really about this life. I'm not just, and that's
you ain't just talking.
Sometimes you gotta shut people up. Like I said, sometimes you gotta personal and you gotta say, you know what? I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna prove you wrong. And you just put your head down and you just keep moving forward, man. And that's just it. But I understand how you feel, man, because it's hard. It's hard being like that and talking about it because it's almost like too, whenever you talk about it, there's always those people like, are you sure that's what really happened? Are you sure that that's what they meant? Are you sure they weren't just joking? Are you sure this? Are you sure that? It's like, why are you second guessing me? I heard what I said.
They already have a preconceived notion of you.
Yeah, I heard what I heard. That's it. Like, you know, shouldn't be it shouldn't be anything else. I heard what I heard. And that's about it. And I hate when people try to rationalize. Oh, I don't think. Nah, it is what it is. But like I used to tell a lot of, because there was a younger guy there. He was like 18 when I was working there, and I looked at him and I said, "Hey, man, look, the world is yours, bro. They're gonna say all kinds of things about you." And I was like, bro, show them you're different, bro. And I remember taking my finger and hitting him in the chest, right on his heart. I said, show them here that you're different.
Yeah.
That you are not who they say you are. You know,
that's how you get their attention, man.
Yeah.
It's sad that we have to do that, but it is what it is. We've been doing it for years. Hundreds of years.
It makes you militant at some point too.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder where aggression comes from. You wonder why, because we got to work hard at it. You got to psych yourself up. You got to encourage yourself. Ain't nobody else going to.
Facts.
That's true. You don't sleep underneath the rug like it didn't exist. Like, oh, I'm appalled. This would never happen. So and so would never. Like,
that's a lot.
Like, okay, whatever. You can. We'll both stick to our truths, but whatever.
Right. Oh man.
Oh, you feeling it too,
man? Let me tell you.
Feeling it too. Well, I know we've been going for like an hour and a little bit.
Yeah, man.
It's been a fun. It's been a fun round two. We got round one we did round one, and that one we asked some questions, and this one we answered some questions again, just to kind of seal it off. Just want to take a break, from everything, and kind of just share with everybody. So I appreciate your questions, and I appreciate, the honesty that you gave the answers and everything like that. It lets me definitely know a lot about you, and even though that we're, we always talk and stuff like that, and you my boy, and our wives know about us and everything like that. But
yeah,
honestly, like sitting down and asking your questions and seeing how it definitely is it's a true honor, and it's a blessing. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
It's cool to really sit down and be able to do that with you, man.
And I appreciate it, man.
You on that level. So,
and I'm glad that everybody else out there get to know Decoding the Static as well. This is just one of them episodes where we got to peel back the layers and show you guys a little bit of, behind the scenes of what we got going on. Ain't that right, Nate?
Yeah, man. The why is always important. Why we do what we do.
Facts.
And I think that showing people who we are, what we're about, and our why behind it, I think that, it shows people that we're real, that we're not just up here just talking out of our behinds and just giving advice, but we're showing people that, guess what, we're real people too. We got issues too, like everybody else. We got daily lives, we got family, we got wives, we got children, we got work schedules, all this kind of stuff. Like, hey man, listen, this is as real as it comes. Any of y'all listening out there, this is as real as it comes, bro. We're not here to sugarcoat. We're not out here trying to be superstars. We're out here to really motivate you from the ground up and show you that, listen, we're ordinary people that have had our fair share of shortcomings and fights, things that we had to fight through.
Facts.
Just like you. And we have overcome them. Some things we're still fighting to overcome, but we're sharing our story, and we're giving you just extra ammunition in your pocket. So that way, when you rise up against this stuff, hey, if you rise up against workplace racism, and next thing you know, you feel like you want to, get mad and you want to lash out, this episode might stop you, maybe you might think twice about it and go, you know what? Let me just be chill. It's cool.
Yeah. Facts.
So that's what we're here for, man.
All right, well, shoot. This was episode 9 of Decoding the Static, getting to know DTS.
9.5.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said technically 9.5.
9.5, part 2. We got 2 episodes coming at you guys, man. So I'm your co-host X. This is my co-host Nate, and it's been real, man. Until next time.
Yep, it's been real, and definitely, hey man, before y'all go, if y'all checked it, we got a new intro out. That beat and the vocals are actually done by my boy Joshua Doran. You can find him on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. He also has some other stuff. Please check him out. Please give him a follow. Check out his music. See everything he's doing as he's sharing it. And yeah, to share the love. And until then, we'll see y'all.
All right. One.
All right.
Static every single day, all I hear is static every single day, all I hear is static every single day, static every single day, all I hear is static every single day, all I hear is static every single day, all I hear is static.